Okay. Hello. Welcome. Welcome to Sunshine Brown. Welcome. Okay, let me just keep going. Wanted to leave a little message here. A quick message, right? I want to say hello. I hope you're having a beautiful day. Okay, I hope you're feeling loved in a good space and all of that, right? Yes. Welcome to Sunshine Brown. Welcome again. My name is Dominique Brown. Listen to this. I want to share something with you. Okay. I want to make you aware of something. All right. Now, I want you to understand this. All women, which we know, are definitely not the same. All women are definitely not the same. Of course, we know that, right? We know this. Now, let me tell you what I mean. I'm speaking, um, here we go. Let me tell you where I'm coming from with this. If I, which I have, been through a hate campaign, and this has been going on for a very, very long time. I can give several examples right now where it's clear to me what I was dealing with. I've been going through this hate campaign and these staging people around me situations for a very, very long time. Okay? Why they chose me to play with, I have absolutely no idea. Now, what I do know is that my actual father and my stepfather were both military for some time. One retired military and the other one did not. Okay? I do believe that for a long time, people and certain things have been entangled in all kinds of things when they sign their name to different things. This is what the outcome, my understanding is. This is what I mean. I believe when you get into certain things, especially when you're very young, and you sign your name to different things, you give access to a lot of things that you have no idea, especially if a certain group feels like they own you. They have access to you, and you kind of give them access to your family without your family member's position. Not position, but permission is what I was going to say. Permission. Without their permission. Okay? In other words, he signed his name. I didn't sign my name, right? Excuse me? I'm my individual self. Okay? Listen to what I'm saying. So I noticed, it was 3:33 on the clock, on the little timer thing, as I said that. I noticed that does happen. Okay? Now, if I have been under attack, okay, and several things, I gotta sneeze. Oh, thank you, God. Dust or something. If certain things have the ceiling fan is on, how did that happen? Did I cook the wrong? Anyway, I knew it was something. Okay, so if I knew, that's gonna bother me. I want that off. Let me stay with it. Okay, so my thing is, let's get back to it. If I have been under severe attack, if my finances, mail, life has been tampered with, attacks on my children, all these different things happen, right? Right. And I'm clearly noticing that even people that knew me, felt like they could not compete with me, deal with me, unless my life was torn down. Okay, oh girl, I did notice. I did notice. That's why through this whole thing I ain't heard from you. Yes, I do know. Okay. I noticed that people were even, like one of the ladies, that when I say attack, I'm talking about an enemy, whomever, wanted me out of the home that I was living in, purchased a home, stuff like that, made sure that I couldn't be in my home. Did a whole hate campaign, smear campaign, all this to find out it was a lie. But I had already told my daughter what the father had said. I told her just like this. I said, don't worry. This is years ago. I said, this hurts like I don't know what we're dealing with. I'm going to need you to take the lead on some things because of what they've done to me in the background and how they've done things. Just stay with me now. I told her this. I said, but let me tell you something. It's going to hurt. It's going to feel like we're being crucified, whatever. But guess what? God came to me and told me, just like this, I'm talking to her, just like this with my finger up. I said, God told me there will be a turnaround. Don't worry about it. I said, I know you don't understand what Mama's saying right now, but trust me, I know what the Father told me. Okay? And I know who I hear from. All right? And you know I know. Amen? And guess what? We went with that. And guess what? Everything was a turnaround. Turn around. Imagine, most people go through things, and I mean, the things that we went through, where we done had to run out of a home, leave a home, and leave everything in the home. I mean, dear things to us, things that meant things to us. You know, you have sentimental things, your not just your things, your children things, your this, your that. You know what I'm saying? You have things or whatever, or things that you just who wants to just stand up and walk away from everything? Who wants to do that? Meaning, you gonna get in the car with your purse, and come on, kids, you have to start all over again. That's a lot. It's been an experience. Trust me. All right. Now, I noticed that, I will never, honey, listen. The attack was against someone. They put all these stories out. They put all these lies out and everything. But the attack was against someone that was a social butterfly, very confident. I knew I was beautiful. I knew I liked all the beautiful whatever. I learned how to find pure joy in my life. That's how I live. I don't care what it looked like. I found pure joy because I love myself. I love my children. Whatever was on my plate, that's what I was going to deal with. What was on my plate, okay? I didn't put my plate on anyone else. I did my thing, okay? I did my thing, make sure my family was okay, and people were jealous of that. And women, especially that hadn't even been good to their children, were jealous of that. They hated to see me doing my thing, okay? I did being single beautifully, all right? I was even told that about some of the women. They said, oh, you do single beautifully, all right? I wanted to say, girl, I know. I wanted to tell them that, but, So let me tell you. Then I had people, women, we got men or whatever, come in my life, and some of those men were very, they were, so, and nothing bad, I'm saying, or maybe, let me tell you something. This is what I'm trying to get to. Some of the men, I noticed, because women, we're different. So, like, some of the men that you will see, and you'll be like, oh my God, oh, he got it going on. Listen to what I'm saying now. Oh, he got it going on. And he did see that, he did see that, he did see that. Listen to me. Sometimes that's all y'all can see. Because that's what y'all can see. Y'all can see that man has material things. Y'all can see that man live like this, it seems, or whatever. But that's the thing that y'all get turned on about. And that's it. Y'all don't even know that that person is that. Even the way they talk will you may get lost. You know what I mean? Just with them talking, like if they could just be quiet, they'd be great. When they start talking, it gets different. You don't know. And see, some people probably could deal with that. They probably, can deal with that. He show up with all the bells and whistles, but the man don't even, they, communication, is, I don't know. I don't know. So stay with me. So let's keep going. So if I'm the way that I am, and I'm out willing and dealing and doing my thing, and I'm running my business, and I love it, and I'm doing this and I'm doing that, everything that I'm doing, because this is the way I created my life to be, right? My outcome is on green, okay? And even my oldest daughter wasn't living with me. She was doing, okay. And I just have my two youngest ones, and we are, and we're good. The way I'm rotating is working for me, okay? All right. Now, you wouldn't believe how many people will sit back and they're watching you live your life. Not being rude to anybody, you just doing you. You wouldn't be surprised how many people are so bothered by that, okay? That even if they know you, they have to participate in the hate. Now, come on now. It also means I go and I do what I need to do when I want to do it. I can go shop when I want to. If I want to go sit in a restaurant, like some people make a big deal, like the one lady told me, you haven't been to such and such restaurant, something she was telling me about. And I'm thinking, like, these people don't know. I used to travel all the time and had memberships at the racket room with the company that I dealt with, and the racket room, what was it called when it was on the square, Fountain Square above Big Third. I don't want to say it wrong, but it's the racket room and the something else that we went to, something club, but we had memberships to those places. So I've got to be everywhere, traveling in DC with my bosses, all kinds of stuff. So I was thinking, like, it's not like I never was out doing those things, okay? I got to do them with some really successful people also. You know what I'm saying? So that's it, the Bankers Club. The racket room, the this, the that, or whatever. So not just that. I'm trying to get to something. What I'm trying to explain. So there's this saying: when people get to meet you and get to see you and deal with you only when you're down or you're going through something, they'll miss you. Okay? And that's why a lot of times people mishandle people, do all these different things, because they don't know. They have no idea. And God likes it like that. God likes it like that, so you can actually see what you're dealing with. Okay? So let me get back to what I'm trying to say, because watching the timer. Oh, this timer, child. I need to unload or do something. This is the thing. Many women are not always used to the same thing, or get flabbergasted by the same thing. Like, oh, some women, like my aunt used to say, oh, some women just want a piece of a man. Yeah, a piece of them. Long as we get a piece, you're right. You don't even care. You feel like if they meet these certain things, but some of us want to be able to have, we know what it is. We know what it is. We just know. So you may get excited about certain people, but listen to the undertones that you're dealing with, because some of it is not worth it. I don't care what it looked like. Let me give you an example. Now, do you know that some people have lived at the same address for a very long time? Some people have been on the same job. I want to get y'all to think. Some people have been on the very same job for all their life, practically. Some people, what do you think their life is going to be like? if you live life and you don't take many risks and you kind of keep going on the same thing. So first of all, let me. This is just a thought. I taught this on another video, but I think it was on another channel. I'm gonna remind people of this. Do you know, like, some people work different jobs, they change jobs, they have done that, right? And I'm talking about from my experience. Like, if you changed jobs in the past, or you've done this job for 6 years, but within the job you had like 3 different positions, because that's the way it should be. If you stay with a company, you should be moving up, doing different things, different duties, whatever. Okay, you should be, if you this, you should be this. You know what I'm saying? You should be climbing on something. It should be that way. If it's structured for you to win, maybe you should be winning. All right. And then, just different doors that you may go into, and you may switch up. A lot of times people feel some type of way, like back in the day, people say stay on your job forever. But you don't understand, those different doors you go in builds your character. Like those different states that you go to and you move in, and that builds character. I promise you. It adds to you. Okay? Not against you. It's not supposed to be against anything. It builds you. Because then you get used to different things, and then you move on. That's how it's supposed to be. You're supposed to grow. That way, it builds your social skills. It builds all of that, okay? Now, let me go back. Sometimes people have been doing the same thing so long. They don't, yes, of course they travel. Yes, of course this. Yes, of course that. But some people, I don't know. But now, back to what I'm trying to say. Sometimes women really, you get excited over a piece of a man. Long as it's, and you start talking about as if somebody should be flabbergasted by that person. Oh my God, And then you're shocked, or you feel some type of way, because other women are like, not that they're really like, no, they're just like not maybe as excited as you are. Okay? And then what you're doing, you can go into, you be reporting on things and be like this, and then you let the man, that's it, I think that's what I'm trying to get to. You start talking from the man's point of view, not knowing the woman don't even care. You start acting like the man is the prize. That's how you talk. That's how it tells me where you are. You act as if the man is the prize. Like, baby, you got it all wrong. You got it all wrong. Okay? You speak as if the man is the prize. Well, such and such and such was thinking about you, and boop, 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 and this and that, and boop, boop. Yeah. Like, you ain't never had a good man in your life. Like, you're not used to that type of thing. You lead the story talking about the man such and such, what he said, and all of what he said. If he has something, the man got something against you, you like to speak on what the man said. Not knowing, nobody's thinking about this man like you think. Nobody's concerned with that. But you lead the story giving the man all the credit. It's how I feel. Like, it's a thing where it's supposed to come from a caring place, of letting the man, like, it's all on the man. Like, it's all on the man. If the man likes you or not, likes the woman or not, or is into the woman or not. When you're talking about, listen, if it's something from my past, Dominique Brown's past, it's supposed to be in my past. If anything, what I did do, sometimes you go through things. We all do. And you're supposed to grow up in your mind at some point. Somewhere you say, and I knew from way back, I don't like what I've been dealing with and meeting. I felt like that for a long time. So God blessed me to just stop altogether until I get what I really want. Okay, and what wants me. Okay, and guess what? A woman wants a man that can see them clearly, good or bad. They can actually see them. Some men cannot see. We got full grown men that is to this day going by what someone else says. And boy, when they find out that somebody don't know what the hell they talking about later on, then they pissed somewhere. I'm just saying. People are used to, some women, they just want a piece of man. Some women, there's other women, you rather not just have a piece of man. You really want something, you know? I'm just saying. You tell stories on men that people are not even thinking about. That is over. It's over. Let it go. Let it go. And what tells me, I know that you live in a particular person's neighborhood and you think that man is surprised because you don't know that man from a while ago, a long time ago. You don't know that part. You know of what you hear. Even if you don't live in that neighborhood, the way you talk, you know of certain things, but you don't. You don't know, baby. There's much you don't know. All right? I'm just saying.